Hello and welcome to Hera TV. This is Mary Pagano and I'm one of the board advisors for Hera. And I'd like to introduce you to Laleh Hancock, who is also a board advisor. And she is currently living in Portugal and she's got a great story to tell about herself. So Laleh, you want to say hello?
Hey Mary, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So we're gonna flow with this. I've got a number of questions to ask you. And by the way, so you know, Layla also does a lot of interviews with some of our our friends of Hera, our partners, our ambassadors, our advisors. So she's like our little Oprah Winfrey. So anyway, so Layla, as we get started here, if you could tell me, you have a very interesting background. I know that you were raised in Iran. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yeah. Thank you,
Layla?
everyone. Wow, like who am I? I don't know. It's a new person every day. For me, I did have a unique background. I was born in Iran, where at a time where there was a lot of equality, women got to wear whatever they wanted to wear. They were in sciences, math, they were in every industry there was. And then when I was seven, the revolution was in my country. And within 24 hours, my dad shipped us to France. And what's interesting is, you're young and you think you don't know a lot of what's going on, but we actually do. And I remember being in France and actually thinking, like, my mom's here, my two sisters are with me, but no one else. I wonder how long we're going to be here. And also, we went straight into a boarding school. So, like, there was a lot of people, but a lot of strangers to my world. And thinking, okay, so I can be with my family and do my work, and that's it. Or what if I get to know everyone? Like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So for me, it was the opposite effect where, a trauma of a revolution, leaving your country, leaving your friends and family suddenly can make some people kind of go inward. For me, it actually inspired me to go outward. And we lived in France for a few years and then moved to the US and got to spend most of my life in the US. But one of the things that I found is my enthusiasm and joy for helping others, empowering others, and being able to even like share an idea, or sometimes you just sit and listen and let them share what's going on in their world. And so I would say the one thing that has been just consistent for me was helping others have more wellness in their life, because I wanted to be a doctor for a long time, but also empowering them to know that there's other options available. So I think if you ask me, who am I just love to be someone who empowers others to know that there's so much more available.
And Layla, how did you come to Portugal?
Yeah. Well, I used to travel every week to a new country. And what I realized in a accidental hop last year, was there's this gorgeous country called Portugal, and especially the city called Cascais. And in March, I came for a visit to explore having, a hub here, because I used to travel to Europe and Russia all the time, and explore a few places. And next thing I know, the wonderful world of quarantine hit. And my 9-day adventure in Portugal has turned into an 8-month. And now it's becoming my new home. So Portugal has been a great gift for me.
Awesome. I love Portugal. It's so gorgeous. I did the same thing actually. I went there for a spa and ended up going back and stayed like 3 months. So I totally understand. So you're a board advisor for Hera. So tell me, what does Hera mean to you?
Yeah. It's interesting because during this adventure of being here is how I met the founder of Hera. And it was less than 5 minutes of actually chatting with her that I was drawn in. I mean, Hera to me was exactly what I'd been asking for my whole life, even as a child. Bringing everyone together to one place where we're empowering each other. And it's not just here, come, this is school. You know, a lot of times people come, this is school, get what you need and go. But actually, a place that brings education, empowerment, but also a marketplace for you to be able to utilize your skills and to sell your products, your services, but another place where others are also there to mentor and share their knowledge with you. And that's only a little bit of what Hera City is. Hera City has so many different components to it, but also it has a partnership with the planet, you know, everything from, you know, being a green city to the products to the different concepts that are coming into the city are not just looking at our life today of empowering people, but how can we allow this to continue generations to come, and allowing those countries to actually expand and grow together.
Right, exactly. I think of Hera City as an opportunity to create a really interesting, new, healthy world. That there's a lot of smart cities that are popping up around the world, but a lot of them are very tech focused. And I think to some extent, it's some tech is not so healthy as other tech. And so the opportunity to put, women at the top of the mission, right, gives them an opportunity to have, I mean, we're brilliant at taking care of kids and family and community. So I think there's a really great opportunity to create a very healthy new world coming out of COVID. So very excited for that. So I also know that you have some businesses, Global Wellness for All and Layla's Closet. Talk about that.
Yeah. So, you know, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I love business. I help others, whether they're entrepreneurs or businesses have been around from corporate to not for profits or government. And for me, I have a management consulting company. It's called Bella Pimo. And one of the things that I realized working with different people within companies, how much their health, how much wellness at home, or how much in their finances. Like there were all these aspects that affected how the business was growing. Is it thriving? Is it having problems? You know, and so Global Wellness for All was actually created as a sister company to bring wellness in all parts of their lives. Because you know, you can't cut off pieces of you. You know, there's your physical body health, there's your mental, there's your finances, there's your family, there's your business. And when you bring it all together, this oneness just creates and empowers so differently. And I'm actually super grateful because Global Wellness for All is a partner of Hera as well in the cities. So that's another way that we get to do that. But all of it being about empowerment and providing tools, resources, so that people can start to really honor and take care of themselves and then be that agent that is able to inspire and empower others. And then, of course, being in quarantine, what does one do
Yeah.
but to come up with other
Create.
pieces?
Yeah. Create.
Create and actualize. Yes. So, you know, it's funny because I was like, always, you know, my business has been online and in person and conferences, you know, so coming to this whole, you know, online experience was not new for me. We'd been doing it for years. However, one of the things that I realized is I love expression. So one thing was, I don't like these masks. Let's manufacture masks, one that are sustainable with Mother Earth, okay? But two, you can actually breathe. And three, have messages on them. So they're empowering messages. And then one that doesn't fog up your sunglasses or your
Yeah.
glasses when you're wearing them. So we created a whole product called, the business is called Laleh's Closets. But the products of the masks are called Fun with Masks. And they have like beautiful you know, you matter, or just smile, just messages. Because when you're walking with your mask, no one can even tell you're smiling anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And I have people who just always look and they're like, what is this thing on her face? Or, I'm in Portugal, so we have obrigada and hola and a few others. But yeah, just being able to do that. And Laleh's Closet is so grateful. We also get to sell the beautiful Hera perfume, the scent of a woman. So
Yes, and that is very exciting. So for our viewers, Hera Perfume will be announced here at the end of the year, and we're really excited about Seven Sense. The perfumery out of Paris has developed it for us, and it's just absolutely gorgeous bio perfume. And all the proceeds all go back to all the projects within Hera. And speaking of projects, aren't
uh-huh,
you working one with Nathan Gray? He's
I
also our partner. I'll just kind of give a heads up. Nathan Gray is the CEO of Geoversity, which is beautiful. He basically took a jungle that was dead and brought it back to life in 10 years with trees and rivers, and he's got a beautiful environment. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're planning or working on?
For me, one of the most magical things that brought me to Portugal is actually the trees. The pine trees here are so special. The land is so special. And um, Earth has been a real big part of my life and not advocating to save the planet. Okay. The planet doesn't require saving, and one sloop can just throw us all off the planet. But we do need a more conscious planet. We need a thriving planet. And each of us needs to play a role in being that leader and being able to make a difference, whether it's a business, whether it's an individual, whether it's a 2-year-old, but we each can make a difference. And so I was originally planning on having a huge summit called the Earth Summit in Portugal until I met Nathan Gray and the project Hera's doing actually in Panama. And with the center, that the nature center that they're building in Panama, I knew I had to partner with Hera. Hera and this Earth Summit needed to be one because it's about empowering and its inclusion of Mother Earth. And so we'll be in the middle of the jungle, where they even filmed the Avatar, so that we actually get to experience with Mother Earth the ideas. It's not just come up with ideas and hope someone out there is going to take care of it, but each of us being able to be that. So I am super excited about the different ways that we can make a difference and have a thriving planet for many, many years to come.
Brilliant, brilliant. So I want to ask you one last question here. Since you've been a big believer in female empowerment, what is the message that you would like to share with the audience today in regards to female empowerment?
Yeah. You know, one one piece of information that I would like every person on the planet to know is that you are unique, you are special, and even if you're a twin, there is no two of you. So every one of us can make a difference. And women, we're extra special. There is a gift in our ability to multitask and to be able to be present with so many things. And one of the things that we neglect usually is ourselves. We make it all about everyone else. That had been the story of my life. I thought I came on this planet just to take care of everyone else. Then I realized it starts with you. You've
Mm,
got to start to acknowledge you and your gifts, your capacity, your difference. And when you do, you already are this energy force that goes out and you inspire and you invite others to be themselves, to start to choose to include themselves. And when they do, they're empowering their children, their loved ones, their friends, their coworkers. It's just multiplier effect. So please, you are a gift. And the minute you acknowledge even 1.01% of that, the whole world gets happier. So we just have to empower ourselves. And that is the starting point.
It is, isn't it? We're all a unique gift. Absolutely. Well, Layla, I want to thank you so much for this interview, and I'm so glad that you're on the board of Hera. We're so excited. I mean, very excited to have you as Hera. So if people want to find out more about Hera, you can go to www.heracity.org. And we really appreciate you listening to us today. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.